Hello and welcome to another episode of Kakuchopurei's TCSS. I'm your co-host, Mr. Toffee, and here joining me is, of course, as usual, our good old pal, Kenn Leandre. Good old pal from Kakuchopurei, of course. How you doing, man? Yeah, you all doing all good all there?
Yes, I am. Kind of been a quiet week, but yeah, got a lot of stuff happening in the background.
Not with all the news hasn't happening, but we're gonna keep it short because we've actually did a lot of stuff this week. Like, we got our Nick Nazmi episode that came out this Monday. And we've got our Evo episode that came out Tuesday, Wednesday? I kind of forgot.
Yeah, like Wednesday, last night.
Thank you. Last night. Jeez, so time flies when you're planning shit out and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, so we're gonna keep it kind of brief at this part. So we're just gonna go through some bullet point news, and then we'll go back to regular scheduled topical programming next week. And the week after, of course. You know, with both of us. Yeah. Alright, cool. So, first up, we're gonna start off with good old Seagull from the Overwatch League. He's actually part of the US team, if I recall. Is that correct?
He was part of the US team World Cup 2016.
Yes.
Yeah, 2016. And then he was with NRG before, and he was with Dallas Fuel.
Yes. And he is retiring at the old age of...
Because 26 years old, which is quite old in esports, kind of that spectrum of a professional esports player.
Perhaps so. But then you see other guys like Alex Valle, who's like what, 30, 40 plus or so, from the Street Fighter side. And I know some pals of mine, SVK and other of his pals, they're slightly older than I am, and they really can kick ass with the Zangiefs and grappler characters they use in Street Fighter or Super Turbo for that matter. So you'll be the judge. I mean, it really depends on that definition. But maybe FPSs, maybe because of the reflexes. But then again, I don't know. I'm debunking my own argument here. Like,
but he's retiring not because of physical or whatever. It's because he specifically mentioned in his Twitch that he wanted to focus on streaming.
Okay.
So he felt that you cannot be a professional player and a professional streamer at the same time, because he felt that he owed a lot of his success to his viewers.
Okay.
And he understands that when he is competing professionally, he's unable to service his team the way it should be. And he said, if you do it the same thing, when you stream, and then it's not fair for your teammates. Hence, he made a very hard decision in actually going towards the streaming side of things.
So, in other words, it's most likely his inability to commit fully to the league. And will he? But then he won't be playing for Overwatch World Cup, will he?
No, he's not selected in the World Cup. But he didn't close doors for future, a future return to professionals, competition. But he did say he's not closing the doors to it, but now he just wants to focus on streaming.
I think this also means that he might be earning quite a bit more on Twitch compared to his other endeavors in the esports league. And B, he could actually be playing other first-person shooters, because Seagull is quite a renowned name, and I know that any publisher worth his or her salt would want to actually bring aboard their brand or their game, i.e. the latest Call of Duty, like maybe Black Ops 4 or any other shooter, and make him be like, hey, we're gonna pay you some money, play this game a bit, see what you think. If you like it, do some shows on it, and we'll just cover your costs and everything, or maybe pay you to promote. That's a bigger avenue that he can tackle, because if he actually is good at Overwatch, chances are he's probably going to be really good at other games like the upcoming Doom Eternal, or maybe other first-person shooters. Either they're indie or they're mainstream.
Could be. He didn't specifically mention. One of it is because he wants to concentrate on streaming, but he also mentioned, like, throughout the years where he went from, he literally said this, basement dwelling neckbeard to a professional esports player within 3 months. It affected his health, it affected him mentally, physically. He gained weight and everything, sleep apnea and stuff like that.
Oh,
so,
Jesus. Okay,
so I think it's more than just that, but everything encompasses. He felt that he is more well built as a streamer than a competitive gamer. So
I think that is good. That's actually also plausible too. I mean, apart from the money factor, health factor, esports guys, they have to train like a regimen, like about a few hours or so, whether it's a LOL skirmish, a Dota 2 skirmish, amongst other players in the public expert level servers and on the competitive side. And there's also that mentally draining bit where, you know, like you're not doing well enough for yourself. Even though you're doing well in other people's eyes, you're not doing well for yourself. So as factor that with the whole entire team that had to be synergized together, and that's where the mental walls of your head can break down. So physically and mentally as well too.
I think it also become taxing because the way Overwatch League is run, it's not like your typical circuit, right? Typical circuits, you probably have maybe 2 weekends of competition, and then in between you have a gap.
Yeah.
But the way Overwatch League runs is non-stop competition for
the
maybe
6 months, right? If I
for 6 to 8 months, and it's very, very taxing. I don't think there are any other tournaments that run in this way, the way Overwatch League is run.
Not that I know of. No, even LOL has like breaks before like the big thing that happens at what, 4 days or 5 days.
Yes.
International, I think it's a special case because 2 weeks all kind of spread out, so
Yep.
quite a bit of breaks in between for the non-playing teams.
So if you're in Overwatch League, you will be playing 10 games per stage, and then that's every 5 weeks. For a span of 5 weeks, you're gonna have to play 2 games, you know, over a weekend. In between that, scrims. Before that is promotions. You know, because it is a franchise model, so it is very taxing, and you only probably have a break of 1 or 2 weeks in between stages.
The length of the game also matters too, because Overwatch matches are at what, 10? Less than 20 minutes even if you are a good player. For Dota 2, that can stretch on for like 30 minutes to an hour or so. And that's why and then when you do a best 3 out of 5 thing, oh my god, it's a fucking nightmare. I mean, just to be in that arena for the entire day.
I think the intensity does take a toll on you.
That too, yes.
Yeah, but then again, his reasons are legit. I wouldn't say he's just there just for the money.
Of course.
The way he put it, you know, I've been following his career since he was at NRG, and I felt he's one of the genuinely likable guys in the Overwatch circuit.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, this circuit can again, like you mentioned, take its toll, more or less.
Yeah, we just wish the best for him, and hopefully, I still tune into his streams day out anyway.
Alright, next up on the agenda, Astro, our good old Malaysian satellite channel that's been around since 2000s or so. They are going to launch a new video game platform / channel, and it's going to be in Bahasa Melayu. Do you have any other details apart from that?
Well, this was a tweet that came out from a friend of mine. Her name is Maria Ahmad. So she's a host and producer at Astro Awani previously. So the name of this new channel or whatever, it's called Galaxy Gamers. With a Z at the back.
Alright, Z. Zing with the Z's.
Yep, so I'm not sure how it's gonna be like, whether it's gonna be a channel by itself or it's like a segment on Astro Awani, which is the Malay channel on Astro. What I feel is this is a breath of fresh air.
How so?
I've seen Maria, you know, attending events, covering events, asking good questions, doing esports related stuff. Finally, she was. This is my personal opinion, right? If hopefully no one from EGG comes back and like can't. But I felt Maria has been doing a much better job than anyone at EGG when it comes to esports coverage from Astro.
Alright. I trust your opinion because you've actually seen this more than I have. So
to a point where, she's the go-to esports person from the Astro organization. It is a big network, right? And it's when I say presence, it's not just being there with a camera crew. It's about asking the right questions, asking the hard-hitting questions,
being personable as well too while you're asking said questions,
and knowledgeable. You don't ask fluff questions. And I think if for her to head this new website, it's called a new segment channel or whatever, called Galaxy Gamers, then I think it's a step in the right direction.
Alright, that's awesome. So good luck to Astro's new channel. When is it gonna launch though?
No info on that yet. Definitely once it goes live or once it's available on TV, I will drop a line on it. I'll just produce a piece on it on the website. Of course.
Are we thinking like this year? Like, are they ready to actually start launching it like by the end of this year?
I wouldn't be surprised as soon as next week, because they would wanna jump on the TI hype train. Why not? You're gonna get a huge spike on that. Just get a few writers to focus on the internationals previews and stuff. They might wanna hit the ground running there.
Of course, yeah. Alright, next on the agenda, PlayStation... My god, what the hell am I saying? PES, Pro Evolution Soccer! I was gonna say PlayStation Evolution Soccer, which is like... I can imagine it gonna be like Mega Man Soccer, except with Ratchet and Clank, Nathan Drake, all kicking the ball in their different fancy ways. Clank as a goalkeeper, yeah.
Could be a good arcade version of it.
Yeah, PlayStation, please do that. That'll be really fun. I kind of miss having arcade games, soccer games, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So, PS 2019, demos out. What do you think?
I like it. It came out, funnily, earlier on Asia compared to everywhere else, probably because of the time difference. We reported a lot on it. I tested it. I've streamed it a few times. There are 12 teams available. The gameplay is much faster than last year. You have to anticipate a bit faster, maybe half a second, compared to last year. Graphics, obviously, it's top notch. They always improve the graphics year by year.
Oh yeah, the Fox engine, at least if it's not being used on a Metal Gear where you fire the director, you might as well use it for something else like a soccer game. Yeah,
it looks great. It looks great to a point where if they are playing in the rain, you can see how the shirts stick to the players' bodies. And I noticed something just now where
individual polygonal shirts or something, like moving in and out or something.
Something like that. If it's wet and you're wearing a jersey, it sticks to your body weirdly, right? Yeah, like a plastic.
Hot and then man action. I mean, football fans really into that sort of detail.
Yeah, the facial expression looks much more realistic. Several players got they look much better this time around.
Alright.
I noticed one really interesting thing. Sometimes players wear white boots, right?
Yep.
And playing on a muddy field under the rain, you can see mud forming at the base of the shoes, which is kind of cool. It's small details. When they kick the ball, you can see mud flying about, stuck onto their soles, and not just the soles, on top of their feet.
Is this game also on the PC?
Yeah, PC, Xbox One, and PS4. So the free demo is available right now.
Oh, okay.
They have 3 modes.
That'll be pretty good to test on graphic cards as well too, like the latest version of a soccer game from Konami. So, how's the gameplay like?
Go ahead and push it.
Still very simulation. I mean, compared to the last few years, any differences, major?
Okay, so since 2016 actually, when it comes to football games, it's always either FIFA or PS, right? Yep. So I've always been early 2000s. I was on the Konami side because I enjoyed Pro Evo back then, and then FIFA caught up, and then up till 2016, 2015, suddenly PES overtook them again. The gameplay was really good. It's crisp. I felt everything is miles ahead of what FIFA is. The only thing that puts FIFA ahead of PES at the moment, since 2016, are just licensing.
Okay, because EA is a bigger name per se lah.
Of course, you have FIFA in it. So you take away that branding and you are stripped down to just gameplay. PES is much better compared to FIFA. And I think 2018 could be the best there is, because I thought last year was brilliant. This year is a step up. Those who are kind of skeptical about PES losing a bit of license in Champions League to FIFA, come on, you're playing the game for the game.
Yeah, the football action and gameplay.
Yes, and then quite a number of teams are officially licensed already. One of these minor leagues, the Russian leagues got official licensing. The Dutch league are getting it. What else? The Portuguese league is getting it. So it's not that bad actually. And football is not just about a handful of big leagues. So do give it a try. I mean, if people who are skeptical about the game, that's the reason of the demo. So jump on it.
Okay, cool. I'm not really a big football guy, so I'm gonna pass. But if I know, but I do know some friends who actually play this like day and night. Either it's FIFA or PS, so maybe I'll just throw them your way to your preview and everything. You're gonna have this stuff written up like today or tomorrow, or is it already up?
It's already up.
Oh, okay, perfect. Alright, so listen, if you're listening to this now on this episode, yeah, go check out the writings and stuff on the link below. It is okay, like this, yes. There we go.
Okay.
Alright, now the last piece of news we want to just touch upon. IGN is in hot water again after its after it actually plagiarized a review of a particular Metroidvania game called Dead Cells.
Yes.
Now, what happened is So what happened is the review is actually plagiarized by its Nintendo editor named Philip Mewkin or Mewson. Did I pronounce that right?
Mewson.
Okay. The review of Dead Cells, of course, roguelike Metroidvania, and yeah, it actually got like a 9.7 from IGN. Now, the source where I actually got this plagiarized review from was actually from a video called Boomstick Gaming. Yes, Boomstick Gaming. So Boomstick Gaming did a video of Dead Cells. A day later, I believe the IGN review came up. The video review, mind you. So when Boomstick Gaming actually came up and showed the plagiarism bits on Reddit, he actually put the video side by side. So the video actually showcased like one part, like, okay, it just starts off normally because every other review is probably gonna start off like in sync, like, oh, we're gonna introduce Dead Cell, it's a Metroidvania, something different about here and there, and then the pieces start falling in together when the reviewer, Philip, actually started using more and more words from the Boomstick Gaming video.
Yep, so specific words. Yeah,
and I believe the written review was also a plagiarized version of the video transcript, was it?
I didn't read that one, but I wouldn't be surprised because in the past, whatever is the script on the video is basically the written review. So if there's a video,
same with GameSpot as well. They do that, and then guys like Kevin or whatnot will actually read from our reviews, the GameSpot reviews. So, So yeah, I can't believe this is actually happening, considering that A, you are representing your brand, and a big brand especially, which every single person on the planet knows, and will find the slightest thing to comment on you on Reddit. I mean, there's even that whole meme generator where XX the Dark Souls of ... or you know. Those memes are.
It's lazy. I think it's lazy. Some people, they just, if you don't have the time to review the game, if your plate is full, just tell the editor that, you know what, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Rather than just nicking someone's hard work off the internet and then claiming it as yours, the least they could do is credit this guy, you know?
No. The thing is, IGN, they don't actually need to post the review up on the day of the game, and when the game embargo lives. They're IGN when they put up the review on the last week.
They were a week late.
Oh wait, this review was a week late. Right.
So Boomstick came up, so it's there for a week, and then
I thought it was a day. Whoops, my bad.
No. It's okay. So it was it came out first. It was live for a while, and then IGN one came a bit later.
Yeah, so that's even worse, because if the game was out, see, the thing is, IGN could have just spent a week playing the game, like finishing it, going through. I believe Dead Cells is 8-9 hours if you play it like really hardcore, like serious, you know. Yep. You should be able to get through it by 10 hours or so, and that's ample time. Like that's like what, a day, a week or so, you can actually get your review all prepped up and ready and just go around. It's just strange why they do this, you know.
It's all about effort, and I guess you can't just, okay, fine, the guy works for that brand, but I don't think it's fair to just blame the brand itself, because it could happen to any other people. At the end of the day, the main culprit here is this Philip guy.
And his editor, who actually did not probably double check whether this was kind of copied or whatnot. Like, a simple Google search can help, you know. So
True, but here's the thing, it's video, so it's a bit difficult to cross-check on video unless someone from Boomstick Gaming or whoever, especially he took it from a smaller site, right? Yep. It's quite hard to cross-reference. This is one of those cases that actually dropped. We don't know how many other reviews were actually plagiarized or were actually copied.
From the same guy too, that's the sad part. Now, there's some investigation going on. IGN actually took down the story for obvious reasons.
They fired him.
Yeah. Oh, okay, it's fired, of course. Okay.
He was fired, and then here's the thing. Okay, fine. If you want to take it, right, the least you could do is make some effort, change the structure, change the location. I'm not giving tips on how to plagiarize. No.
How to plagiarize, Mike.
Yeah, but the fact is, it's normal, right? When you want to write something, even whenever we write news, we source it from everywhere because we want to make sure that our point is correct. Sometimes we think this, we would like to see what other reviewers think of it.
Of course,
but
of course.
For him to take it, it's pretty much you take that, you just scribble something on it and say, that's mine, that's new. Yeah. That's not right.
Yeah,
it doesn't show any effort, doesn't show any willingness to make it his own.
Yeah, that really sucks. You know, like that's the thing that people like these people like game journalists are paid for, to write. And if you can't do a simple job as playing the game and reviewing it and playing it thoroughly, then what is the point of you being the editor for the Nintendo side of things again? That's just strange.
I think reviewing games is, I think, one of the easiest thing to do.
Actually,
I mean, everything else,
hard, depending on what.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, but considering everything else, right? Doing research, writing features, I'd rather review a game than write a proper feature, because you are just telling what you thought of the game.
Yeah.
Instead of doing, you know what I'm saying, right? In comparison, everything else in games journalism, reviewing is probably the prettiest, the most flashiest role you can get, and it's also the most straightforward one of everything else.
Yeah.
Apart from writing news. So the fact that this guy not only took his spot for granted, he did not respect the guy from Boomstick, and he felt that he could have gotten away with it because, you know, who knows Boomstick? The only reason
you're not gonna get away with it.
The only reason he was caught is probably, luckily, Boomstick had probably 14,000 subscribers on YouTube, so they caught it.
Yeah.
So they caught it, and then they alerted the author, and then this is what happened. But what if they went on someone much smaller than this?
Mm-hmm.
They got away. They got away.
Yeah. Well, this is also not gonna put a good light on, you know, major video game news publishers and near that, because there are some really good sites I also check out too. Polygon, some stuff from Jason Schreier from Kotaku, not Kotaku overall. Yeah, and of course Reddit. Reddit's still the best hotbed, as well as Reset Era and NeoGAF. Everything, you know, that's our job basically, to just source your shit. And sometimes you get exclusive, you got accredited per se, so again, do your homework. That's our moral basically for this whole story.
Yeah, and so and also for viewers who read reviews, don't just look at one website as the Bible, because the reason for reviews is to convey what you think of a game.
Yeah. And
to use one specific site, it's not the way to go.
And this is also kind of counterintuitive of what we're doing, but try not to be a sheep. Like maybe follow your favorite writer from different sites, or even us.
Yes.
And if you like this guy's opinion, trust his opinion on a video game. Make sure that it's a kind of consistent voice. So that's why guys like Angry Joe, or who's that big guy? Boogie Woo, right? Boogie something.
Oh yeah, Boogie.
Okay.
I forgot
Boogie guy, the Boogie guy.
Francis.
People listen to them because they have a consistent voice. Like
or even Donkey.
Yeah, Video Donkey. Yeah, that guy too. Yeah. So again, follow your heart and everything, and again, don't get caught if you want to do shit like this, and and don't do it lah. Basically, that's the thing you have to learn. Yeah.
True.
And if you want to be late to review, that's fine, because you're a big publication. You can be late to reviews, and people will still check you out. All right. No matter how late you are.
I just don't get it. If you're not ready, just get it when it's out. Don't. Yeah. You're gonna be caught.
Yeah. Alright, I think that's all for our news, unless you want to add in more things.
You want to talk about the PS4?
PS4, oh yeah, that really awesome looking PS4. So it's 50,000 copies of these PlayStation units of this special PlayStation. It's translucent colored, and even the controller as well. And I believe it's $499 US, and it'll probably be a bit more elsewhere in other countries.
I think it's $540 if you convert it to Malaysian ringgit.
Yeah, it's probably gonna have the markup and everything. But for now, the MSRP is $499 US. And there's again 50,000 units of this, and it looks pretty sweet. What do you think? I mean, you saw it, right?
Well, promotional pictures. It looks awesome. I'm never the sucker for a special edition PlayStation 4. I'm never the guy who goes for now I'm gonna get that. But this one, I think the fact that there's a bronze plate with the number, the serial number of device, it's kind of cool.
And apparently some of the serial numbers are like some auspicious special event in PlayStation's lifetime. Like, Crash Bandicoot came out during that time, or Uncharted came out.
That date or something like that. Yeah. Obviously, the scalpers are gonna get it.
Are they gonna put a date about the very terrible PS3 presentation? Like a serial number for that? That'll be kind of funny. It means that they are in on a joke cloud, which is nice, you know? It's sporting on them.
The thing is, my opinion is, I don't think it's the nicest looking PS4 limited edition.
Which one is, in your opinion?
I would actually consider getting the Spider-Man one.
Ah, right, the red one.
The red one that's coming out. But the only thing that's really still making people lean towards this limited edition 500 million edition is that plate, because you know it is serialized, it's numbered.
Yeah.
So it is kind of cool.
Yeah, so PlayStation, if you're listening, we've got some two awesome game journalists who would be more than willing to review it in the long term. That's cool.
May I point it that my name is in the PS4 Wikipedia page. So.
Okay, yeah, exactly. that too.
Well,
yes,
we wouldn't mind reviewing it, you know.
Yeah, yes. So PlayStation Asia, PlayStation Singapore, Hong Kong, if you're listening, just you know, hook us up if you can. But in all seriousness, I would actually buy the controller for myself, because that controller is something that I've actually used back in the day, like the first PS1. You know, they had that translucent controller. Like there's the cheap lap version in Malaysia. There's the original version. Obviously, I paid a lot more for that. And
they're actually selling it separately.
Yeah, they're selling it separately. Yes, and that's why I want to get the controller for myself when it's out.
Yep, I think it's one of the nicer standalone controllers, DualShock 4 controllers, because they did release a few, you know, quite a number of like color versions of the DualShock 4. But to me, the nicest one looking to date was the one that's modeled after the first PlayStation.
The grey one. I got that one actually.
Yeah, I have one
somewhere
with me right now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So to go for the translucent, I think it's a good one. But I always have this skepticism whenever I see a translucent controller, because is it flimsier than the rest? Because obviously, you know, the plastic isn't as sturdy. I don't know. I just have this feeling that you drop it once, you'll see a crack, a hairline crack on it, and there it goes.
That's why you gotta be really extra careful with this version. Like, I don't know, there's just something nice about holding something sort of transparent with the chips and the wires and the soldering board, not soldering board, the actual controller pieces here and there inside. It's nice to actually see it inside.
I always feel like it's probably flimsier than a typical DualShock Pro. That's just my feeling.
And you know what, I'm glad? There's no LED inside where it flashes, you know, all around the controller. That will cool basically look like a... Basically, if it actually flashes all around, it will look like a Abeng car like you see in Jinjiang or something, you know. Like
well, at least I think they go full on, because it's not only the console and the controller which is translucent. You get the stand, you get the camera, and also a special limited edition headset, which is alright. So it does look... It is great if you're a streamer and you're trying to show everyone that you're a PS4 hardcore guy. Otherwise, it's just gonna be sitting on your living room and you're the only one looking at it. So.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta show it off and then that's it.
But it is a 2TB model, so yeah, it's a good time to upgrade.
Yeah, I'm still holding on to my 500 gig model, and I'm switching games left and right, like basically deleting, installing, reinstalling, deleting. So I think a 2TB PS4 would be nice. Yeah,
could be. Yeah, we still have we still have at least 2 years in the PS4 life cycle. So
yeah, I think probably more than that. Who knows? This could be the next PS2 for all you know.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, because since we had a Pro for less than 2 years so far.
And with that, we can wrap up our show. Thanks again for joining me, Ken, you know, since we're all part of this whole awesome gig of the writing and the video game talking stuff.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Alright, thanks for joining me.
Sure.
And this is me, Mr. Toffee, signing out. See you guys on the other side.
See ya.